But Rizin 38, the main event, Horiguchi versus Kintaro.
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
Yes.
I love Horiguchi,
now,
man.
Quick question. Kintaro's tattoo, where does this rank amongst the worst tattoos in MMA?
Which one?
So the back piece
The back
is
piece
pretty
I thought
good.
was sick.
But then it flows into his
Yeah.
arm and
Yeah.
his like chest and shoulder, where it looks like somebody who just like got black ink and
I
just
thought
rubbed
that was
it
sick.
all over.
It's one of the, it's solid black, but the outline is like the negative where there's no tattoo. I like it. That's a cool. I like that style.
I saw it and I was like, that looks awful.
So
That looks
we're
awful.
we're
Yeah.
hating just by
Right away, I was like, I don't like his tattoo. It's not starting off well. And
Yeah.
it translated into my thoughts right away for the results. So Kintaro,
Yeah.
dude, the thing I'll give Kintaro is power. And the thing that I saw with Horiguchi right away was his frame reminds me of Frankie Edgar's.
Yeah. Well, Horiguchi used to fight in the UFC at flyweight. He fought Mighty Mouse. He challenged for he fought Mighty Mouse at flyweight, and it's one of those things where after this fight, he said he's going to go back to 125, and he wants to get the Bellator belt, and
Ooh.
well, because he fought Sergio Pettis in Bellator for the belt, he was trying to get because he was the Rizin champ. He was trying to get the Bellator belt and be a simultaneous. And Scott Coker's like, let's fucking do it. That's awesome. And
God, I love that about Scott Coker, by the way.
I know. Yeah, he's
so down.
much as we'll shit talk him, he's down for stuff like that.
He's down, man.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I think he's a fan before he's a businessman.
Yeah. To his fault sometimes, but yeah.
Yes, 100%. That's the thing. Because you have some extremes, right? You have the Dana White, who I think is a fan. You see it in it. But he's a businessman. Through and through. First.
Yeah.
Scott Coker, he's like, you know what, dude? I've always wanted to see Horiguchi fight over here. Like, that's going to ruin my fighter and my brand maybe if he wins, but I want to watch it. Let's do it.
And it worked out for both of them because Horiguchi wiped the floor with Sergio Pettis until Sergio Pettis caught him at the end of the fight with a spinning back fist and finished him. So it was like, oh shit. So it's like Bellator kept their belt. Sergio Pettis got to keep his belt, got an amazing knockout. But then you also showed that Horiguchi, despite losing, probably the better fighter. You know, he outclassed him up until that point. But
hey, these things happen in MMA though. We just saw it recently with Kamaru Usman, you know?
And exactly. And so Gucci after that, he fights Patchy Mix.
Gucci, I like it.
Yeah, and in Bellator he loses, but you could tell he was just undersized. You know, the grappling, he just couldn't handle it. So this fight is at 135, but after he said he's going back to 125, which I think is where he belongs. But despite that, he was able to eat some pretty big shots from Kintaro because he got cracked.
Yes, he got cracked. You saw it in that first round. It was a solid shot right to the nose. And the thing with Horiguchi, though, is that I really like his timing on the takedowns. Beautiful timing, man. Yeah. The first one where Kintaro throws the head kick and slips so easily underneath it to take him down.
Oh, God.
It was cool. Beautiful.
And planted leg.
The thing that I love about Rizin, knees to a grounded opponent, down opponent, because he started landing some knees, the urgency that it created with Kintaro for him to get back up, which was awesome. They end up getting back up. Gucci, as you call him. I'm not friends with him like you are, but I'll still call him Gucci, man. Goes down for another well-timed takedown. Yeah, and then it got me thinking again, the beautiful thing about the ring versus the octagon. Because he goes for the double leg takedown. You have Kintaro bounce off against the ropes and ends up getting taken down because there's not that support. Yeah. In the octagon, that would have given him an opportunity to try to fight for the underhooks. You know what I mean? And it becomes a clinching match at that point. Yeah. He doesn't have that. He gets taken down. And Horiguchi does a beautiful job with his transitions on the ground. And like I said, we're going to talk about the mummy guard here. In this case, there's no mummy guard by Kintaro. But the thing that I did see is that he was trying to use his left arm a lot to create separation. Yeah. Between him and Gucci.
And he was trying to hit sweeps.
He was. Now, the problem is, and you know this better than I do, Will, but when you're trying to create separation with just your arms without trying to put the person on top off balance, whether it's a knee to the back to push him forward, whether you're trying to hip up, if you're doing this and you're letting them keep balance, you're just giving up a head and arm. You're giving up an arm bar. You're giving
him openings. Yeah.
You're giving him openings because he's just on a solid base. And that's what he did. He was trying to create separation. And that gave Gucci the ability to, he's like, oh, okay, no problem. He just slips down to his right side, gets him in a head and arm choke, and it was so tight.
Dude, and Kintaro did a good job first trying to turn into it, right? And he almost did. He almost was able to.
Almost.
But Horiguchi said, I know what you're doing. And then he just screwed it a little bit, turned it back over. And it was tight.
Which was tighter by the time he rolled.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to roll into it. Horiguchi creates a solid base by moving a little bit off to his side, right? Mm-hmm. And when he rolls back into it, you see like his face where he's getting no oxygen. And like a savage goes out. Doesn't tap.
Yeah, it doesn't tap. Goes out. It was an awesome main event. I was super stoked for this one. Anytime Horiguchi fights is awesome. And you look at Kintaro's record, and it's like, oh, maybe not that impressive, but the dude, he's a banger, dude. Like every single fight. And that's the other thing about Japanese MMA. They don't give a fuck about records. They don't care. As long as you bring it every time, who gives a shit if you lose?
Hey everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.